Hello viewers, Super GT here. We have a new car pack in Forza Motorsport 7 featuring this, the Kia Stinger, and quite why Steven Tyler's going to start driving it, I do not know. I guess he just doesn't want to miss a thing. So he's going to reverse off the line, typical Forza tactic. Hold up a second though. We have a rammer detector in the car. That is going to prove very, very useful. In the Forza hoppers. So let's give this car a go. Feel something again, probably a punt in the rear end. Okay, Suzuka, there we go, there it is. 2 seconds into the race, and we got a couple of people flipping over. I guess they did not have the rammer detector installed into their car. So Suzuka West Circuit, and well, I was going to say that not this corner. This is 130R, but this corner coming up. Normally it's very chaotic. But that big pile-up at the beginning kind of spread the pack out a bit. So we're not all going into here as a big herd, which does help. So let's test exactly how good this car is. The Kia Stinger. Now I'm testing it out in A class. I think when you get it stock, it is in A class, not quite at the top of the class, so a bit of tuning involved. The tune here by GTz Marple. I will link his name in the description. So up into 5th place is actually a good start so far, despite all the carnage off the line. Managed to get past quite a few people already. You can see 2nd place just around the corner here, and 1st place has made a dash for it. Probably won't be able to catch up with him. Let's see how we can go about getting past these guys. A Ferrari up ahead then, into Spoon, first apex, out wide, then come back for that 2nd apex. The car seems fairly planted, so it doesn't seem too bad so far. This guy's going to move to the left hand side, and you can see I've got decent straight line speed, so that isn't a worry at all. So we're really testing, is this car good for A class? Is it a decent car? Is it worth using? I haven't done too much A class. It used to be my favourite class in Forza 6, but I haven't really touched it that much. Been more interested in the endurance hopper, if I'm honest. But here we are, hitting that apex quite nicely. 2nd apex through this little sequence, and we're through there okay. Having to be fairly patient on the throttle. The car does like to slide when you get on that gas early, in the lower gears at least. So Degner 2 through here, using the rumble strips on the exit, up into the hairpin there, up side by side with each other, the BMW and the Honda NSX, hitting the apex nicely, get a nice drive out in a straight line, and for some reason I just completely forget where I'm going and just drive off onto the grass, but no worries there. We recover in time to get back onto the track, winding around towards Spoon Curve for the 2nd time, getting on the brakes just before the end of that shadow. Thankfully that shadow doesn't really move, only in a 6-minute race. We don't really have dynamic time of day, so that shadow remains static. You can use it as a braking point and it won't change. So decent exit out of Spoon onto the main straight, and we're going to tuck into that slipstream. Could possibly go for a move here, think about it, but 130R isn't the best place to go for a move, so we're going to go conservative and wait for the exit. You can see the NSX very wide. I'm just going to juke him into a move here. So there we go, nice mistake there, bro. I think you can do that quite a lot. It's actually quite an easy tactic. Pretend that you're going to go for a move, or not even pretend, just go next to someone, and they will try to outbrake you, and they'll just outbrake themselves, and then you can just overtake them on the exit as they recover from the tyre wall. So that was an easy move. Into 3rd place. We just have to dispatch one more person here to get the 2nd step off the podium. 1st place is long gone now. Little chance of that. So again, going deep in and then getting a nice late straight exit out of the hairpin. So right on him now. The Kia Stinger here seems to have very good straight line speed. This is the very first race I've done in the car, so I'm still getting used to the car itself, the tune, and maybe the class as well, because I haven't driven A class in a while. So just adjusting to everything. Hasn't taken me too long, I guess. So 2nd apex of Spoon just opened up that gap, and we're through into 2nd place. So this race so far has gone fairly well. Not too much in the way of incidents to report of. Up to 2nd place, one more lap remaining, lap 4 of 4. a 1:23.3 faster lap at the moment, and even if I pull out a 1 or a sub 1 minute, 20 seconds quicker, probably won't even win. Still that far behind. I go way too late into the hairpin, or the 90-degree corner, and I've let the Brazilian and the BMW back in. So now we've got our work cut out to try to get that second place back with only about half a lap remaining. Can we do it? So he goes in actually very narrow into Degner too. Is it going to give me a chance? Is it? Yes, it is. Get a really good drive there in the middle gears. Into the kink just before the hairpin. No contact there. Brilliant driving from the pair of us. I'm going to go for the cutback once again. And I can get that straight exit. And am I going to be able to go around the outside here? It can be a very dangerous corner to go around the outside of someone here. It can actually be very easy to run wide. But this time, I'm just about pulling off the manoeuvre. Taking second place with one corner remaining. Can I keep this position at the end of the race? And I just go very wide there and leave the door open. Could have gone for it. Just dips his nose into the screen. But it's not going to be enough because I am just about going to keep the position. So second place in our first race here at Suzuka. Not bad going. But then, oh god. It's Long Beach, West Route. And yes, there's the roundabout of death. Now there's that moment when your sat-nav tells you go straight at the roundabout. Now this guy is about to take this literally as we go in here. And just watch this orange car come flying across. Savage move. He's dead. Yeah, well, they do say overtake, and he's gone literally over the roundabout, straight over. Not really taking any prisoners there, but he's just come off worse out of all of that. So luckily this guy just ahead just didn't get a direct side swipe. We're very lucky in that respect. So the race continues. Long Beach West. I mean, who even thought of this track? It's an absolute joke of a circuit. It takes about, I think in an F1 car it takes about 16 seconds to do a lap. In this car a little over 20. So these guys having a bit of carnage. I'm just going to push him out of the way. Come on, let's get going, shall we? Over the line then. Beginning of lap number 3. Just a 10-lap race. Now the big problem around the short configurations, and this is the shortest configuration of any track in the game, is that you get back markers, and we've already come up to one here on lap number 3. We've got a Skyline R34. He's ghosted out, thankfully, as he might have made contact with me there, if not. So I'm just chasing down the Stingray ahead. Can I keep up with him? I think I might need a bit of luck with the back markers. Go on, yeah, block him off. It's the Evo there, just trying to do his best to ruin his race, and he nearly does there. The Stingray doing well to maintain balance and keep going. So the race is well and truly on here because, well, we have a three-way battle at the lead, and you just never know what's going to happen with one of these back markers. They could really do anything very stupid at any given moment. Then I'll just get pushed on by the Brazilian in the BMW. We raced against him just now at Suzuka. We know he's fairly good. So into the final corner of the lap. The guy ahead just taking a nice big cut to get ahead of that back marker. Suppose it got the job done. Now under the bridge into turn 1. The Stingray actually hitting the apex there, literally. Into the roundabout of death. What is going to go on here? It's basically a car park. And we've just about got through somehow. It's all got very messy here. BMW trying to make it a three-way. And through the apex here, it's really not got very clean at all. Skyline back marker comes through, does a nice drift. This isn't Horizon 3, buddy. Come on. Now over the line, beginning of lap number 7. 4 more tours of this hellish circuit to go. I wish it was over now. This BMW has actually got through and got away in the lead. We've taken that roundabout perfectly. Can we go about catching it back up? The Kia Stinger here seems to be doing very well, and I'm not really in tune with what the best cars are in A-Class, but I'm assuming that some people are using some good ones in here, and it seems to be matching the best of anything that these guys are throwing at me. Into the roundabout for the 8th time. A little bit of curb through there, but not too bad. We got through okay. Still not catching up with the BMW ahead. We need a bit of luck, really. We need one of these back markers just to absolutely go banzai on him and just murder the hell out of him. Come on, just one of you. All it takes is one of them to do something really stupid. There's so many of them. Surely one of them is going to do something really silly, and somehow through here he just gets through the lot of them. So absolutely the luck is in his favour right now, and we only have one more lap remaining. I get past this guy just about, just skimming ahead of him through the apex. Now one more lap remaining. Come on, I don't want another second position. I've got too many seconds now. Through the apex of 1. Once again the S2000 there, giving him all the luck in the world, and he's just going to reset in front of me, and he gets punted on. And is that for position? I can't even tell right now. I think, yeah, that guy just behind, he is for position, so I could go down to 3rd at this last moment. There are plenty of back markers around. The leader is not going to be phased at all. He's going to cross the line to win. I'm going to cross the line to finish 2nd. And, well, hopefully we get a good track next time. Oh no, it's Top Gear, one of the crappiest configurations as well. Let's have a look though. Into the first corner, 4 into 1, doesn't go. The BMW trying to go up the inside. There simply wasn't any room for that to happen. And as a result, he's been sent spinning. And I somehow got through unscathed. I guess with the rammer detector installed on my dash, I can kind of see that kind of thing coming. Luckily, I mean, it's a crucial aspect really. And you know, you could do with, in this game, in Gran Turismo Sport, you have a little radar where you can turn it on a radar. So on the bottom right, you can see little arrows of where people are. It'd be really good to know, because you can just see when a dive bomb is coming. It would be a very useful thing to have. I suppose all we have is the little arrows telling you when someone's right behind you. Sometimes it's too late once they've dive bombed you. So then, Top Gear, it's an unusual configuration. In fact, I don't think I've ever driven this one online. I don't remember ever doing it. It's a very short loop here. We're back onto the main straight. So then, onto the main straight. This is the end of lap number 2. Just 3 laps remaining. It's going to be a really short race here. So once again, the lap counts are really strange. So we just did 10 laps around Long Beach West. That only took a couple of minutes. This race is going to take only about 3-4 minutes as well. Really short races indeed. Now we're into this race, still in 2nd once again. I seem to be glued to this position. 2nd seems to be my new position. I think 2nd is the new 6th, to be honest. Which is good. I mean, I'd rather 2nd than 6th if I'm honest. Let's face it, that is a bit better. But of course we're still searching for 1st. That would be nice. Into the first corner. Are we going to get that nicely done? Yes, we are. In typically British fashion, it has started raining as well, just to add something new to the mix. Now, here we go then, onto the main straight, or sorry, the back straight. Fast kink to the right through the follow through. Actually, no, that's not even the follow through, is it? Actually, no, it is. It is the follow through. Just backwards. So the Nissan very deep, very wide. We have a beach buggy here, appearing out of nowhere, and I've got the run on him, and I've got the inside line now. Into turn 1, I'm going to keep him on the outside. We both break on our points, hit it nicely. So at the beginning of the final lap here, into the lead. Could this be a win at last? We've got a back marker just ahead. How is that going to factor into things? We shall see in just a moment. Coming through the fast right-hander into the final corner. The rain is definitely coming down now. Into the turn, I just dipped 2 wheels onto the right-hand side of the track. Is that Nissan going to appear? Yes, he is. And at the last moment, at the death, I've gone down to 2nd. Can I get a comeback here as we run up to the line? Is he going to brake? Because the start line is just on the corner. We're just going to go flying through and smash into the wall. And it was another 2nd. Now this, well, feast your eyes on this, guys. This was an absolute atrocity. Because coming around this first corner, I'm going to show you just the beginning of this race, because it was really dirty, really just pure filth. As we go into the tyre wall. Peggy 18. Well, just check this out. I just get absolutely ravaged in the rear end, just absolutely savage stuff. And I think that's enough pure filth for one day. I finished 5th in the end. It really wasn't worth showing. But thankfully, after all these pretty crap circuits, if I'm honest, Road Atlanta comes up, you know, a good track, a good actual race track. So let's see how the Kia Stinger can do around a real racing circuit. I mean, we did have Suzuka at the beginning, but it's nice to have Road Atlanta, which doesn't come up too often if we're honest. So a fairly good start there, up into 5th position, into the fast kink at the top of the hill, going through there okay. Now the car, my review so far, it seems to be a very good car. It's just in the lower gears, coming out of the slower corners, it does like to oversteer quite a lot, so you do have to be very, very patient on the throttle. That's the one thing I would say. But overall it's a very good car, good straight line speed, good overall handling as well, good brakes. So for A-Class it seems to be a very good car. Perhaps not the best, it never normally is the best. There's always one car that's, you know, that's dominant in most classes, and it's not going to be this car, but it is a good lobby car which will give you success around a lot of circuits. If you want to replicate my second positions, then you know, just choose this car. We're going to try to go one better here at Road Atlanta. Got the guy up ahead who's just driving away with it at the moment. So Road Atlanta is one of those circuits where of course we have the very long straight which we've just gone down. If you can handle a car which isn't very good through the bends, but it's just absolute rocket on the straight, you can have a lot of success around this circuit. I've gone for a more balanced car here, of course. So this guy is really slow around the final corner, and I've gone right onto the back of him. So I've had a mid-grid start, but we find ourselves already in second at the start of the second lap. So can we go about getting into the lead and winning this race? Our first race win in this car. So this car is new from the from the Dell Car pack, which just came out. So okay, good run there. That's a good example of slowing fast out, going for the more patient approach on the way in, getting a better drive on the exit, the other guy doing the opposite. So then into turn number, I don't even know, hitting my brake point okay, into the apex. You've got to really hit the apex through that one, because you get a loss of camber on the inside. It really does help you round with extra grip. So then onto the back straight, 2.2 seconds up on our first lap. We should be quicker, given that we did have a standing start the first time around. Down the long back straight. How many miles per hour are we going to top out at? This guy is going to come back at me. I'm going to force him very narrow, but he's not quite going to have enough speed to get past. Hitting the apex, first apex, and then second one nicely. The car is just really no drama at all. The main drama from this car is coming out the slow corners, as I've said. Low gears, slow corners. That's where it's really going to trouble you. But it's not too bad if you just a bit patient on the throttle. So we're going to go for this last lap here. Going to try to get the fastest lap of the race, fastest clean lap if possible. It's always handy to get a fast clean lap and get a better grid slot for the next race. So then through the first corner, done that one quite nicely, and then through the kink at the top of the hill, just grazing those curves. Really careful to get on the throttle patiently. If you get on it too quickly, especially when you've just hit a curb, it does tend to spin the car around a bit more than you would like. Just dipping two wheels over the grass there to get a straight entry into this corner. Just tipping two wheels wide. You can go slightly wide of that line and keep it a clean lap. So just about maximising the track width there as much as we possibly can. Hitting the apex very nicely. And into the final corner before the back straight. A crucial corner to get right. Got to get a good drive out of this one. We are a quarter of a second up on our previous best. We'll have another split timer at the end of the straight, so we'll be able to see how well we've done out of that corner and then down the back straight here. So then as we just slightly wind to the right and then down the hill, you will get that second split. Where is it? There it is. So just over 3 tenths, so we have actually gained on that straight. Into the final corners, hitting the apex beautifully through the next one. That one's okay as well. A little bit stiff through there, but not too bad. Then over the crest, down the rise, or down the hill, through the final corner and crossing the line. It was a 27.3 in the end. A fairly good lap. Hooked it all together, and you can see there it was a fairly comfortable victory in the end. 3 seconds ahead, and easily the fastest clean lap of the race. But there we go, guys. Yeah, that's it. The Kia Stinger. Decent car. Enjoyed it, actually. Really enjoyed driving it. So give it a go. Tuned by GTz Marple. And I hope to see you in the next one. As always, do subscribe if you'd like to see more. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. I shall see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.